All right, let's take a look back at this day in history. July 28th, 1977, 11:02 p.m., if you want to be precise. That's when oil, pumped from Prudhoe Bay on the north slope of Alaska, completed an 800-mile journey through a new pipeline connecting export terminals on the state's southern coast. It was a slow journey that took 38 days, but one that would transform the U.S. oil sector over the next 48 years. Prudhoe Bay was the largest oil field in North America, but the ice caps over the Arctic, it prevented container ship access. The federal government considered several options. One idea, massive 12-engine Boeing aircraft to transport the oil. Another involved submarines from General Dynamics that could travel beneath the ice cap. Now, ultimately, the more practical solution was just build an above-ground pipeline. The project, it officially started in 1969, relying, ironically, on imported Japanese steel pipe because U.S. manufacturers didn't have the capacity. The project accelerated after the 1973 OPEC embargo, prompting Congress to remove all legal barriers from construction of the pipeline. The Trans-Alaskan pipeline opened in 1977 and at its peak in 1988 would funnel 2.1 million barrels a day, or about 25% of all U.S. oil production. Exports of crude exploded from around 1 to 5 million barrels per year in the early 70s to consistently above 50 million by the 1980s. That led to an economic boom for the state of Alaska, which saw its population swell by 50% in a decade and personal incomes quintuple over 2 decades. And now, 48 years later, is deja vu all over again. The massive oil industry on the north slope of Alaska produces a massive byproduct, natural gas. But since the pipeline was built to only accommodate oil, that natural gas has basically been trapped. 35 trillion cubic feet of proven reserves, almost as much natural gas as the U.S. produced as a whole all year long. The most prominent idea to get it out of there? A $44 billion project to build a dedicated pipeline that traces a similar route as the Trans-Alaskan one did when its spigots were first turned on 48 years ago.